Hey everyone, Mo here. So I am currently on my island Musa. It's been a while since I've been on this island. So this is an island that I created before I even had a YouTube channel. So it's quite old. The basic theme of the island is abandoned town core, but I tried to make it still cozy and nostalgic. It's almost as if the residents who live here still care for it, even if the rest of the world has left it behind. This is the map of Musa. My residents are Dom, Plucky, Marcel, Gaston, Benjamin, Mo, Carmen, Pearl, Tabby, and Coco. The entrance was inspired by Kirby and the Forgotten Land. At the time, I was very invested in that game, so I wanted to bring a little piece of that into this island. The custom codes that I used on this island are not my own. I will try to list as many of them in the description box as I can. I gave Marcel a little playground because it seems like the lazy villagers like to play, and I thought it would be cute. I also put Marcel's house in front of Nook's Cranny because the lazy villagers go on and on about snacks, so I thought having his house near the store with snacks would be really cute. Then, as we loop back towards resident services, there's a little alleyway, and I gave Marcel a little dog. So he's a dog that owns a dog. As we get back this way, we get to resident services. And I still wanted this island to be playable, so I had this little orchard here up in the upper right hand corner of resident services that had different fruits in it, so that if I needed to shake some trees, I could still easily get the fruits that I need. And as we make our way on the other side of resident services, there's this little bus stop with a bike. I wanted this to seem like a central part of the town, a crossroads, so to speak, where the residents could either go to resident services, go to the neighborhoods, go to a sporting area, or up the stairs to a small shopping area. To the left over here is a little clothing store. I made it as a competitor to Abel's Sisters. Over this way is a grocery store and a ramen shop. I had a lot of fun building this little grocery store and the little ramen shop, and with the ramen shop, you can actually go and sit inside, and I really like to take pictures there. I wanted to make a shopping area that was reminiscent of an alleyway. I also wanted to make it look like the train tracks were going through a tunnel underneath this little alleyway shopping food area. Next up is a little neighborhood that I built for my own character and the two starters that I had for this island, which were Dom and Plucky. Behind my character's house, I built a little patio area and a little garden with a waterfall. The yellow cosmos are one of my favorite flowers in the game, so I wanted to make sure that there were plenty of them near my character's house. If y'all have made it this far in the video, you might like my content, so please like and subscribe. I wanted to extend the shopping area up towards the bridge that the train goes under. This build was so much fun to do. I really like making fake buildings on my islands. For my island Musa, I really wanted a land bridge, so I'm very excited that I got to do this bridge that goes over the train tracks. Down this way is another little neighborhood. I wanted this neighborhood to feel a little more rural, so I made both Coco and Pearl have little farms. I put a viewpoint on top of Pearl's house, so if any of y'all visit the dream address, y'all can climb the ladder and take pictures on top of Pearl's house. I tried to make the viewpoint attached to Pearl's house look like an extension of her house. I made Coco the sugarcane farmer of the island. I also made Coco's yard have a pond so that Coco, and really anyone, can go fishing. Across the blue bridge, I have both another neighborhood and the area for Abel's sisters. I made Pearl the island potato farmer. I thought this little potato farm was so cute. I also really like the exterior of Pearl's house. Really, I like the exterior of all of my villager houses. That's why I ended up keeping them all. Connected to the neighborhood of Coco and Pearl, I put this blue bridge. I wanted to add some color to this area, and I thought that the blue bridge was just so cute for this area. Towards the beach is the neighborhood that has Carmen and Tabby. I really wanted one of the villagers to have a plant nursery, and I thought Carmen and her house would just be perfect for this. So for Carmen's yard, I built a plant nursery. Next to Carmen's house is Tabby's house, and for Tabby, I made her have little experiments, and she's the local scientist. She likes to tinker in her yard and create things. Behind Tabby and Carmen's houses, I built a little gas station, and I placed the gas station near Abel's sisters. However, I placed Abel's sisters higher up. I wanted this part of the island to have a little bit more layering and some more visual interest. So I thought that having a second layer and putting either the gas station or Abel's sisters on top of the second layer would add some visual interest. I decided to place Abel's sisters on the second layer and make a ramp up to Abel's sisters because I thought the gas station was better suited for the first layer. Another build that I really wanted on this island was a library. I figured that a lot of towns and cities have libraries. I wanted to make the library look overgrown, almost as if it used to get more foot traffic, but now that the town is becoming smaller, there's fewer villagers going to visit. For the upper right-hand corner of this island, I wanted it to feel more industrial, and I made Gaston's house have like a little train yard. This area of the island also has the peninsula. This peninsula build was inspired by a build that I saw Boys Crossing do. I will link Boys Crossing's channel in the description box. If y'all haven't heard of their channel, y'all should definitely check it out. To add to the industrial feel of this neighborhood, I wanted to add a junkyard, and I thought the junkyard would be perfect for Benjamin's house. I also really like the viewpoint of this area of the island. I think this is a great spot for pictures. I thought that the red ramp helped add some color to this area. I personally like it when builds and islands have at least a little bit of color, so I thought that this red ramp helped add a pop of color to an area that has a lot of gray. It's not the only red ramp that I added. I personally really like the red ramps. I also added a red ramp that leads up to the museum. For the museum build, I wanted it to feel like it was under construction, as if the town had spent money trying to make the museum even bigger and grander, but then as they lost residents and lost money, they had to abandon the project. At the end of this road, I put another viewpoint. With this island, I really liked the idea of having lots of viewpoints. So that's what I did. Maybe I put too many, but I like them. This particular viewpoint was probably one of the harder builds that I had done on my island. I wanted to try to make this build look good from multiple angles, not just one. So on this side area of the build, I wasn't entirely sure what to do at first, but I eventually figured it out. Towards the back of the island, I built a train station. I didn't want the train station to be by itself, so I made a few fake buildings to go near it to add some more visual interest. I realized I had these train tracks going throughout my island, but I hadn't built a train station yet. I built a train yard for Gaston, but no train station, so that's what I decided to build here. I also figured it would go really well with the ramp that I wanted to put right there to lead up to Plucky's house and the neighborhood with Plucky, Dom, and I thought that I could build the train station around the ramp so that villagers and people who visit have to enter the train station to go up the ramp to the neighborhood. Once we go back down the ramp, we can then leave the train station, and beside the train station there is a small path, and that path can take visitors or villagers or whoever to several different places. One of those places is the secret beach. Another one of those places is a garden that I made as a way to be able to look at shooting stars. There's also a little bamboo garden with some bamboo fencing behind the museum. One of the final builds that I created on this island was a small graveyard. There are 2 gravestones and 2 pictures, one for Melba and one for Chadwick, and I earned both of those photos. Melba and Chadwick used to be on this island, and I really liked them, but they were not ultimate dreamies for this island. I didn't want the memory of them to die off. I wanted this island to still have a little bit of them and their memory and their presence. I realized that when I filmed this tour initially, I had forgotten to go see Mo's house and yard and the campsite build. For Mo's house, I thought it would be cute if he was a little fisherman. So he is the town fisherman, and he supplies fish to all of the neighbors and to Nook's Cranny. And yeah, I just thought that he's a cat and some cats like fish, so I thought it would be cute if he was the island fisherman. I wanted the campsite to be very natural feeling, so that's how I made it. I added a lot of flowers and some water terraforming, and then I added some of the campsite items.